Good morning, everyone. Still not quite fully daylight outside. We have our boxing today. We gotta wake up a little bit earlier. I don't like this part. I'm barely awake, but we gotta go to boxing. Let's go box.
Por lo menos $100. Y pies.
So today's gonna be an interesting day. We need to catch a flight to Mendoza. Before we get to the boxing class, kind of like a 20-minute walk. And so I guess in that way, it serves us a little warm-up. Even though the class is only an hour, we're still getting some steps, warming up a little bit. So in that way, we're doing a little more exercise by going to the class than, let's say, the exercise that I was doing at home with the kettlebells. Jolima marked my gloves. Look at that. How cute is that? In between the sets, you do something that's called functional training. And so it's like, basically you're doing, other exercises, but for the most part I have to stop because it's pretty intense otherwise. And so at least this is helping my cardio fitness, which is going to help me increase my VO2 max. Look who's number one. Look. Me. Number one. And that was it. Even just with that, I met all my active calorie goals for the day. Between walking over this morning and doing the workout, which again, look, I'm all sweaty, and walking back. I mean, like even just now, I already met my goal and I'm almost done with the steps. And so, this is a pretty good way, I guess, to get those active calories in. But we still have a long day ahead of us, so let's get to it. So, one problem that I have in these situations is that whenever we get to the lounge at the airport, all I want to do is eat. And that is a bit of a problem because travel can be a little bit uncomfortable. And so I guess a way to comfort myself is just to eat something tasty. And usually when we are traveling, we stop at one of the lounges waiting for the flight. They usually have tasty food and things. And so that can be a little bit tricky this time. Luckily, there is a buffet here and they do have some protein options. And so let's see what they have, and that's what we're going to have today. So I'm guessing we're going to go for some of these cold cuts or maybe some fruit. And I still have all my nuts and stuff. So. And well, you look at that. We actually were able to put together a nice little plate that is going to be very compliant with our day. So, yay. She not so much. She not so much. Look at that. I'm doing good.
He is doing good. Very proud of him.
And of course, I get the only one that doesn't have a little table, an operative table. They have tables. I don't have one. I have a cover that says an operable table.
Por lo menos.
Welcome to Mendoza.
Sí.
And we're home.
La propiedad. Hi.
¿Qué tal? Oh, hi, hello.
Ah, pero es en español.
We're finally here. It's a little bit late. Everyone's already gone to bed. But I just wanted to take a moment real quick. Interesting day. I want to call it a success, obviously, because, of course, getting to a new city, my first instinct, and it's not something that I even said out loud, but it's just like automatically my brain goes to dinner. Should we go out to dinner? And technically I'd already had, I was a little low on calories for today, but for the most part, it was perfectly okay with what I had. And if not, if I needed a little something more, I had some of my nuts that I brought. So I think that it helped. I was definitely determined to just eat my nuts and stuff. But having some of that other stuff that just happened to be in the lounge. And the thing with some of the food in the lounges is that not all of them have it. I don't have access to all of them, but the ones that I do have access to don't always have food. And so it's also a matter of getting lucky. And this one, I happened to get lucky because, there was some fresh fruit and there were some cold cuts and stuff that are perfectly fine for what we're trying to do. And so luckily having had that was good. Having had that option, and I didn't even have to have all my nuts, but, we did good in terms of our macros. I mean, we were under 4 carbs, a little bit high in protein. Not that that's necessarily a terrible thing, but, it's also not really necessary to eat that much protein. It was a really high day for protein. So, but overall, feeling pretty okay in regards to that. And this being a decent day in terms of nutrition, we definitely did good. Is that a little spider? So yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I think this was definitely good. This is definitely a victory for today, and it's I think the first time that I actually traveled where I felt a little more in control. It's a short trip, so I don't want to get too cocky here, but yeah, just there were things that I could have had at the lounge, and I just chose not to in a sort of mindful way, and it's a little annoying. The tracking of the food is a little annoying. I wish there was an easier way to be able to track the food. Having to guess. And the thing is that, not having a way to weight the food in that regard makes it a little difficult. And so you kind of have to guess. I have a little more experience, so I can sort of that's about this much. But it's still a hassle a little bit, which again, not terrible because it makes me more mindful of what I'm eating and all that. But it does take a little long, and I wish there was an easier way to go about it. But That's what we got so far. And yeah, I consider this a success. So we did good. We did good. I think I'm rambling. I am tired. It's time to go to bed. All right. See you guys tomorrow.